This presentation is part of a continuous series of videos all about project management, program management, and portfolio management and other related topics. In this video we will see the newly updated 12 Principles of Project Management, which help to follow the 7th edition PMBOK guide by BMI. We will go through the detail of each project management principle, developments, and applications. These 12 principles of project management are presented in two parts in two consecutive videos. This video covers 6 of the 12 principles. The next video covers the rest. Please subscribe with the click below to be notified about the coming videos. These video series are presented by the SEPCAM Consultant, a consulting firm and professional with many years' experience in engineering project activities, certified by BMI with PMP, PgMP, and PfMP. Let's continue. Principles of Project Management. To date, the global project management community has embraced the shift toward a set of principle statements. The principle statements capture and summarize generally accepted objectives for the practice of project management and its core functions. These provide broad parameters within which project teams can operate and offer many ways to remain aligned with the intent of the principles. While effective in supporting good practice, process-based standards are prescriptive by their very nature. With project management evolving more rapidly than ever before, the process-based orientation of past cannot be maintained in a manner conducive to reflecting the full value delivery landscape. Therefore, this shifts to a principles-based standard to support effective project management and to focus more on intended outcomes rather than deliverables. Many organizations and practitioners continue to find the process-based approach useful for guiding their project management capabilities, aligning their methodologies, and evaluating their project management capabilities. That approach remains relevant in the context of the new updates. This shift begins with a systems view of value delivery. Systems focus for value delivery changes the perspective from one of governing portfolios, programs, and projects to focusing on the value chain that links those and other business capabilities to advancing organizational strategy, value, and business objectives. Projects do not simply produce outputs, but more importantly, enable those outputs to drive outcomes that ultimately deliver value to the organization and its stakeholders. Organizations expect projects to deliver outcomes in addition to outputs and artifacts. Project managers are expected to deliver projects that create value for the organization and stakeholders within the organization's system for value delivery. Principles for a profession serve as foundational guidelines for strategy, decision-making, and problem-solving. Professional standards and methodologies are often based on principles. In some professions, principles serve as laws or rules, and are therefore prescriptive in nature. The principles of project management are not prescriptive in nature. They are intended to guide the behavior of people involved in projects. They are broadly based, so there are many ways individuals and organizations can maintain alignment with the principles. Principles can, but do not necessarily, reflect morals, identified as most important to the project management community, such as responsibility, respect, fairness, and honesty. The 12 principles of project management are aligned with the values. They were identified and developed by engaging a global community of project practitioners. The practitioners represent different industries, cultural backgrounds, and organizations in different roles and with experience in various types of projects. The 12 principles focus on stewardship, collaboration, leadership, value focus, stakeholders engagement, quality, risk, complexity, adaptability and resiliency, system thinking, future state, and tailoring. Let's see what each of them mean. One of the 12 principles of project management is: be a diligent, respectful, and caring steward. A holistic view of stewardship considers financial, social, technical, and sustainable environmental awareness. Stewardship has slightly different meanings and applications in different contexts. One aspect of stewardship involves being entrusted with the care of something. Another aspect focuses on the responsible planning, use, and management of resources. Yet another aspect means upholding values and ethics. Stewardship encompasses responsibilities both within and external to the organization. Within the organization, stewardship includes operating in alignment with the organization, its objectives, strategy, vision, mission, and sustainment of its long-term value. Commitment to and respectful engagement of project team members, including their compensation, access to opportunity, and fair treatment. Diligent oversight of organizational finances, materials, and other resources used within a project, and understanding the appropriate use of authority, accountability, and responsibility, particularly in leadership positions. Stewardship outside the organization includes responsibilities in areas such as environmental sustainability and the organization's use of materials and natural resources. Organization's relationship with external stakeholders such as its partners and channels. Impact of the organization or project on the market, social community, and regions in which it operates, and advancing the state of practice in professional industries. Stewardship reflects understanding and acceptance of trust as well as actions and decisions that engender and sustain that trust. Stewards also adhere to both implicit and explicit duties. These can include the following: integrity. Stewards behave honestly and ethically in all engagements and communications. Care. Stewards are fiduciaries of the organizational matters in their charge, and they diligently oversee them. Trustworthiness. Stewards represent themselves, their roles, their project team, and their authority accurately, both inside and outside of the organization. Compliance. Stewards comply with laws, rules, regulations, and requirements that are properly authorized within or outside of their organization. Stewardship requires leadership with transparency and trustworthiness. Projects affect the lives of the people who deliver them as well as those who are affected by the project deliverables and outcomes. Projects can have effects, such as easing traffic congestion, producing new medications, or creating opportunities for people to interact. Those effects can produce negative impacts and consequences, such as reduced green space, side effects from medications, or disclosure of personal information. Project teams and their organizational leaders carefully consider such factors and impacts so they can make responsible decisions by balancing organizational and project objectives with the larger needs and expectations of global stakeholders. Increasingly, organizations are taking a holistic view to business that considers financial, technical, social, and environmental performance simultaneously instead of sequentially. Since the world is interconnected now more than ever and has finite resources and a shared environment, stewardship decisions have ramifications beyond a project. One other principle of the 12 principles of project management is creating a collaborative team environment. Creating a collaborative project team environment involves multiple contributing factors, such as team agreements, structures, and processes. These factors support a culture that enables individuals to work together and provide synergistic effects from interactions. Team agreements. Team agreements represent a set of behavioral parameters and working norms established by the project team and upheld through individual and project team commitment. The team agreement should be created at the beginning of a project and will evolve over time as the project team continues to work together and identify norms and behaviors that are necessary in order to continue to work together successfully. Organizational structures. Project teams use, tailor, and implement structures that help coordinate the individual effort associated with project work. Organizational structures are any arrangement of or relation between the elements of project work and organizational processes. These structures can be based on roles, functions, or authority. They can be defined as being external to the project, tailored to fit the project context, or newly designed to meet a unique project need. An authority figure may formally impose a structure, or project team members may contribute to its design in alignment with organizational structures. Examples of organizational structures that can improve collaboration include, but are not limited to, definitions of roles and responsibilities, allocation of employees and vendors into project teams, formal committees tasked with a specific objective, and standing meetings that regularly review a given topic. Processes. Project teams define processes that enable completion of tasks and work assignments. For example, project teams may agree to a decomposition process using a work breakdown structure, WBS, backlog, or task board. Project teams are influenced by the culture of the organizations involved in the project, the nature of the project, and the environment in which they operate. Within these influences, project teams establish their own team cultures. Project teams can tailor their structure to best accomplish the project objective. By fostering inclusive and collaborative environments, knowledge and expertise are more freely exchanged, which in turn enable better project outcomes. Clarity on roles and responsibilities can improve team cultures. Within project teams, specific tasks may be delegated to individuals or selected by project team members themselves. This includes the authority, accountability, and responsibility related to tasks. Authority. The condition of having the right, within a given context, to make relevant decisions, establish or improve procedures, apply project resources, expend funds, or give approvals. Authority is conferred from one entity to another, whether done explicitly or implicitly. Accountability. The condition of being answerable for an outcome. Accountability is not shared. Responsibility. The condition of being obligated to do or fulfill something. Responsibility can be shared. Regardless of who is accountable or responsible for specific project work, a collaborative project team takes collective ownership of the project outcomes. A diverse project team can enrich the project environment by bringing together different perspectives. The project team can be comprised of internal organizational staff, contracted contributors, volunteers, or external third parties. Additionally, some project team members join the project on a short-term basis to work on a specific deliverable while other members are assigned to the project on a longer-term basis. Integrating these individuals with the project team can challenge everyone involved. A team culture of respect allows for differences and finds ways to leverage them productively, encouraging effective conflict management. Another aspect of a collaborative project team environment is the incorporation of practice standards, ethical codes, and other guidelines that are part of the professional work within the project team and the organization. Project teams consider how these guides can support their efforts to avoid possible conflict among the disciplines and the established guidelines they use. A collaborative project team environment fosters the free exchange of information and individual knowledge. This, in turn, increases shared learning and individual development while delivering outcomes. A collaborative project team environment enables everyone to contribute their best efforts to deliver the desired outcomes for an organization. The organization, in turn, will benefit from deliverables and outcomes that respect and enhance its fundamental values, principles, and culture. Focusing on value. Value, including outcomes from the perspective of the customer or end user, is the ultimate success indicator and driver of projects. Value focuses on the outcome of the deliverables. The value of a project may be expressed as a financial contribution to the sponsoring or receiving organization. Value may be a measure of public good achieved, for example, social benefit or the customer's perceived benefit from the project result. When the project is a component of a program, the project's contribution to program outcomes can represent value. Many projects, though not all, are initiated based on a business case. Projects may be initiated due to any identified need to deliver or modify a process, product, or service, such as contracts, statements of work, or other documents. In all cases, the project intent is to provide the desired outcome that addresses the need with a valued solution. A business case can contain information about strategic alignment, assessment of risk exposure, economic feasibility study, return on investments, expected key performance measures, evaluations, and alternative approaches. The business case may state the intended value contribution of the project outcome in qualitative or quantitative terms, or both. A business case contains at least these supporting and interrelated elements. Business need. Business provides the rationale for the project, explaining why the project is undertaken. It originates with the preliminary business requirements, which are reflected in the project charter or other authorizing document. It provides details about the business goals and objectives. The business need may be intended for the performing organization, a client organization, a partnership of organizations, or public welfare. A clear statement of the business need helps the project team understand the business drivers for the future state and allows the project team to identify opportunities or problems to increase the potential value from the project outcome. Project justification. Project justification is connected to business need. It explains why the business need is worth the investment and why it should be addressed at this time. The project justification is accompanied by a cost-benefit analysis and assumptions. Business strategy. Business strategy is the reason for the project and all needs are related to the strategy to achieve the value. Together, the business need, project justification, and business strategy, in addition to benefits and possible agreements, provide the project team with information that allows them to make informed decisions to meet or exceed the intended business value. Desired outcomes should be clearly described, iteratively assessed, and updated throughout the project. During its life cycle, a project may undergo change and the project team then adapts in response. Project team continuously evaluates project progress and direction against the desired outputs, baselines, and business case to confirm that the project remains aligned to the need and will deliver its intended outcomes. Alternatively, the business case is updated to capture an opportunity or minimize a problem identified by the project team and other stakeholders. If the project or its stakeholders are no longer aligned with the business need or if the project seems unlikely to provide the intended value, the organization may choose to terminate the effort. Value is the worth, importance, or usefulness of something. Value is subjective, in the sense that the same concept can have different values for different people and organizations. This occurs because what is considered a benefit depends on organizational strategies, ranging from short-term financial gains, long-term gains, and even non-financial elements. Because all projects have a range of stakeholders, different values generated for each group of stakeholders have to be considered and balanced with the whole, while placing a priority on the customer perspective. The value contribution of project work could be a short or long-term measure. Because value contribution may be mixed with contributions from operational activities, it may be difficult to isolate. When the project is a component of a program, evaluation of value at the program level may also be necessary to properly direct the project. A reliable evaluation of value should consider the whole context and the entire life cycle of the project's output. While value is realized over time, effective processes can enable early benefit realization. With efficient and effective implementation, project teams may demonstrate or achieve such outcomes as prioritized delivery, better customer service, or an improved work environment. Within the context of some projects, There may be different forms of value engineering that maximize value to the customer, to the performing organization, or other stakeholders. An example of this includes delivering the required functionality and level of quality with an acceptable risk exposure, while using as few resources as possible, and by avoiding waste. Sometimes, especially in adaptive projects that do not have a fixed, upfront scope, the project team can optimize value by working with the customer to determine which features are worth investment and which may not be valuable enough to be added to the output. To support value realization from projects, project teams shift focus from deliverables to the intended outcomes. Doing so allows project teams to deliver on the vision or purpose of the project, rather than simply creating a specific deliverable. While the deliverable may support the intended project outcome, it may not fully achieve the vision or purpose of the project. By working with organizational leaders who are responsible for putting project deliverables into use, project leaders can make sure that the deliverables are positioned to realize the planned outcomes. Demonstrating leadership behaviors. Projects create a unique need for effective leadership. Unlike general business operations, where roles and responsibilities are often established and consistent, projects often involve multiple organizations, departments, functions, or vendors that do not interact on a regular basis. Moreover, projects may carry higher stakes and expectations than regular operational functions. As a result, a broader array of managers, executives, senior contributors, and other stakeholders attempt to influence a project. This often creates higher degrees of confusion and conflict. Consequently, higher performing projects demonstrate effective leadership behaviors more frequently, and from more people than most projects. A project environment that prioritizes vision, creativity, motivation, enthusiasm, encouragement, and empathy can support better outcomes. These traits are often associated with leadership. Leadership comprises the attitude, talent, character, and behaviors to influence individuals within and outside the project team toward the desired outcomes. High-performing projects may feature multiple people exhibiting effective leadership skills, for example, the project manager, sponsors, stakeholders, senior management, or even project team members. Anyone working on a project can demonstrate effective leadership traits, styles, and skills to help the project team perform and deliver the required results. It is important to note that more conflict and confusion can emerge when too many participants attempt to exert project influence in multiple, misaligned directions. However, higher performing projects show a paradoxical combination of more influencers, each contributing more leadership skills in a complementary fashion. For example, if a sponsor articulates clear priorities, then a technical lead opens the discussion for delivery options, where individual contributors assert pros and cons until the project manager brings the conversation to a consensus strategy. Successful leadership enables someone to influence, motivate, direct, and coach people under any condition. It also incorporates characteristics derived from an organization's culture and practices. Leadership should not be confused with authority, which is the position of control given to individuals within an organization to foster overall effective and efficient function. Authority is the right to exercise power. Authority is usually delegated to a person by formal means such as a charter document or designated title. This person may then have a role or position description that indicates their authority. Authority denotes accountability for certain activities, actions of individuals, or decision-making in certain circumstances. While individuals may use their authority to influence, motivate, direct others, or act when others do not perform or act as directed or requested, this is not the same as leadership. For example, organizational executives may grant someone the authority to form a project team to deliver an outcome. However, authority alone is insufficient. It takes leadership to motivate a group toward a common goal, influence them to align their individual interests in favor of collective effort and achieve success as a project team rather than as individuals. Personal character matters in a leader. A person may have strong ability in leadership skills but then have their influence undermined by the perception of being self-serving or untrustworthy. Effective leaders seek to be a role model in areas of honesty, integrity, and ethical conduct. Effective leaders focus on being transparent, behave unselfishly, and are able to ask for help. Effective leaders understand that project team members scrutinize and emulate the values, ethics, and behaviors that leaders exhibit. Therefore, leaders have an additional responsibility to demonstrate expected behaviors through their actions. Projects work best when leaders understand what motivates people. Project teams can thrive when project team members use appropriate leadership traits, skills, and characteristics that match the specific needs and expectations of stakeholders. Knowing how to best communicate with or motivate people, or take action when required, can help improve project team performance and manage obstacles to project success. When practiced by more than one person on a project, leadership can foster shared responsibility toward the project goal, which in turn can foster a healthy and vibrant environment. Motivators include such forces as finances, recognition, autonomy, compelling purpose, growth opportunity, and personal contribution. Effective leadership promotes project success and contributes to positive project outcomes. Project teams, individual project team members, and other stakeholders are engaged throughout a well-led project. Each project team member can focus on delivering results using a common vision and working toward shared outcomes. Effective leadership is essential in helping project teams maintain an ethical and adaptable environment. Effective leadership draws from or combines elements of various styles of leadership. Documented leadership styles range from autocratic, democratic, laissez-faire, directive, participative, assertive, supportive, and autocratic to consensus. Of all these, no single leadership style has proven to be the universally best or recommended approach. Instead, effective leadership is shown when it best fits a given situation. A project team member deepens leadership acumen by adding or practicing a combination of various skills or techniques, including but not limited to focusing a project team around agreed goals, articulating a motivating vision for the project outcomes, seeking resources and support for the project, generating consensus on the best way forward, overcoming obstacles to project progress, negotiating and resolving conflict within the project team and between the project team and other stakeholders, adapting communication style and messaging so that they are relevant to the audience, coaching and mentoring fellow project team members, appreciating and rewarding positive behaviors and contributions, providing opportunities for skill growth and development, facilitating collaborative decision-making, employing effective conversations and active listening, empowering project team members and delegating responsibilities to them, building a cohesive project team that takes responsibility, showing empathy for project team and stakeholder perspectives, having self-awareness of one's own bias and behaviors, managing and adapting to change during the project life cycle, facilitating a fail-fast/learn-quickly mindset by acknowledging mistakes, and role modeling of desired behaviors. Effectively engaging with stakeholders. Stakeholders can be individuals, groups, or organizations that may be affected by, or perceive themselves to be affected by a decision, activity, or outcome of a portfolio, program, or project. Stakeholders also directly or indirectly influence a project, its performance, or outcome in either a positive or negative way. Stakeholders can affect many aspects of a project, including but not limited to scope/requirements, by revealing the need to add, adjust, or remove elements of the scope and/or project requirements. Schedule, by offering ideas to accelerate delivery or by slowing down or stop delivery of key project activities. Cost, by helping to reduce or eliminate planned expenditures or by adding steps, requirements, or restrictions that increase cost or require additional resources. Project team, by restricting or enabling access to people with the skills, knowledge, and experience needed to deliver the intended outcomes, and promote a learning culture. Plans, by providing information for plans or by advocating for changes to agreed activities and work. Outcomes, by enabling or blocking work required for the desired outcomes. Culture, by establishing, or influencing or even defining the level and character of engagement of the project team and broader organization. Benefits realization, by generating and identifying long-term goals so that the project delivers the intended identified value. Risk, by defining the risk thresholds of the project, as well as participating in subsequent risk management activities. Quality, by identifying and requiring quality requirements, and success, by defining success factors and participating in the evaluation of success. Identifying, analyzing, and proactively engaging with stakeholders from the start to the end of the project helps to enable success. Effective and efficient engagement and communication include determining how, when, how often, and under what circumstances stakeholders want to be and should be engaged. Communication is a key part of engagement. However, engagement delves deeper to include awareness of the ideas of others, assimilation of other perspectives, and collective shaping of a shared solution. Engagement includes building and maintaining solid relationships through frequent, two-way communication. It encourages collaboration through interactive meetings, face-to-face meetings, informal dialogue, and knowledge-sharing activities. Engagement helps project teams detect, collect, and evaluate information, data, and opinions. This creates shared understanding and alignment, which enables project outcomes. Additionally, these activities help the project team to tailor the project to identify, adjust, and respond to changing circumstances. Project teams actively engage other stakeholders throughout the project to minimize potential negative impacts and maximize positive impacts. Stakeholder engagements also enable opportunities for stronger project performance and outcomes in addition to increasing stakeholder satisfaction. Finally, engaging other stakeholders helps the project team to find solutions that may be more acceptable to a broader range of stakeholder and outcomes that respect and enhance its fundamental values, principles, and culture. Stakeholders may come and go throughout the life cycle of the project. Additionally, the degree of a stakeholder's interest, influence, or impact may change over time. Stakeholders, especially those with a high degree of influence and who have an unfavorable or neutral view about a project, need to be effectively engaged so that their interests, concerns, and rights are understood. The project team can then address these concerns through effective engagement and support, leading to the probability of a successful project outcome. Building quality into processes and deliverables. Quality is the degree to which a set of inherent characteristics of a product, service, or result fulfills the requirements. Quality includes the ability to satisfy the customer's stated or implied needs. The product, service, or result of a project, referred to here as deliverables, is measured for the quality of both the conformance to acceptance criteria and fitness for use. The objective of quality activities is to help ensure that what is delivered meets the objectives of the customer and other relevant stakeholders in the most straightforward path. The intention is to minimize the waste of resources and maximize the probability of attaining the desired outcome. This results in moving the deliverables to the point of delivery quickly, and preventing defects in the deliverables or identifying them early to avoid or reduce the need for rework and scrap. Quality may have several different dimensions, including but not limited to the following. Performance. Does the deliverable function as the project team and other stakeholders intended? Conformity. Is the deliverable fit for use, and does it meet the specifications? Reliability. Does the deliverable produce consistent metrics each time it is performed or produced? Resilience. Is the deliverable able to cope with unforeseen failures and quickly recover? Satisfaction. Does the deliverable elicit positive feedback from end users? This includes usability and user experience. Uniformity. Does the deliverable show parity with other deliverables produced in the same manner? Efficiency. Does the deliverable produce the greatest output with the least amount of inputs and effort? Sustainability. Does the deliverable produce a positive impact on economic, social, and environmental parameters? Durability. The amount of use one gets from a product before it deteriorates. Close attention to quality in project processes and deliverables creates positive outcomes, including project deliverables that are fit for purpose, as defined by acceptance criteria. Project deliverables that meet stakeholder expectations and business objectives. Project deliverables with minimal or no defects. Timely or expedited delivery. Enhanced cost control. Increased quality of product delivery. Reduced rework and scrap. Reduced customer complaints. Good supply chain integration. Improved productivity. Increased project team morale and satisfaction. Robust service delivery. Improved decision making, and continually improved processes. In the next video, we will go through the 6 of the rest 12 principles of the newly updated guidance of project management. Click the link below and watch the next video to continue. Please subscribe to receive notification about the following video series. This is all about project, program, and portfolio management. Continues in successive videos. Subscribe using the link below. Thank you for watching.